We're just taking the Pulsar for a quick test. Get a little bit of temp into this old girl. See if the bigger fan is going to be helpful. If we need to do anything else in regards to cooling, or we'll go for a drive. Get this guy egging me on.
Put it in second, hold it about 4.5 grand,
see if it gets warm at all.
and then dump the clutch, then just hold it about 3/4, and then hit third, then just flatten it, it'll just spin.
Gets all sorts of attention, this car. It's quite loudly spoken. But we do have our WAF, legit WAF. Don't know if it's got any reg. Should probably put some on it this week. Make sure it's 100% legit. We're still running on the old cert, which is pretty cool because the old cert's a lot easier to get back in the day. So I've purposely not changed anything to have to recert it, because that would be a nightmare.
No way.
Alright, so temperature seems to be holding pretty steady on the old Nissan gauge. As reliable as it can be. Fan is fanning. You can see here the oil coming out of what seems to be the blow-off valve. Coming up the hill with a bit of boost with the turbo spinning. Pushing a bit of oil through the intake. So we'll get back to the shop, wait for it to cool down, take the intake pipe off and check how much oil's in there, and we'll know if we've got a problem pretty quick. Pulling this pipe off, it looks pretty dry on the inside. There's much more oil on the outside than the inside. It's dry as a bone. So I don't think our turbo is a problem. It does make boost. It doesn't sound like it's touching itself. Yeah, it's a bit rude, isn't it? So that's good, but the question is then, where is the oil coming from? Now, if I grab you here, what I thought is it was coming from the blow-off valve and leaking down. You can see it all down on the gearbox there. But now there's enough oil coming out. Oh, hello. There's the breather filter, the rocker cover. That makes way more sense, right? So we're getting some blow-by, dripping onto the blow-off valve and then in turn back down into the gearbox. Now it's quite a bit of oil. So I have compression tested it numerous times. It's come back quite good. You can see the numbers here, 175, 169, 165, 173 is what the numbers came back on the compression. So it's really good compression and really even considering, but yet we're getting a lot of blow-by. So we are definitely going to need a catch can at the minimum, at the least. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to have to think on that one. But at least we don't have to do anything with the turbo. We can just leave the turbo as it is. We can put the airflow meter into this pipe here. Take that airflow meter there off because it's pretty janky. Get rid of that one. And put bigger injectors in, put the NIS tune in, retune it. And hopefully not blow up the motor. Wow, we'll see, won't we? Now, on the Skyline, we tested the transfer case on the hoist and it lacked a lot of bite. It wasn't really working. And we bled the system, we bled the Atessa four-wheel drive system, but we didn't really test the pump. We should have tested the pump. It was showing that it was slipping on the dash and it looked to be trying to engage the pump, but I don't think it was. So we went ahead and changed out the transfer case because I did have a problem with that transfer case earlier. Jacked the back of the car up, put it in gear and tried to drag the car forward on the jack with the front wheels, didn't do anything. So I finally found the plug to engage the Atessa pump, plugged it in and still couldn't hear anything from the pump, even though it was showing the slip light was coming on the dash. So wiggled the wires on the pump and you guessed it, it started up the pump. Okay, so you can see that the pump is intermittent through the wiring. So we'll have to look at firming up this wiring here. So hopefully that has fixed our four-wheel drive issue. Once I've got some cars out of here, I will retest it. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is jack the back up and see if we can put it into first and drive it forward off the front wheels. So the idea here is if we put it into first gear and get the back wheels spinning, the computer will sense that the rear wheels are slipping and then try and engage the front wheels. And if the Atessa pump is working, then the front wheels will actually try and pull the car along, hopefully not kicking the jack out. It's working. All right, that's test one. Seems to be working. Test two, come hither. I'll get you to go side shot. I'll go forward, I'll roll back, I'll do a skid and we'll see if the front wheels turn how they should. And what I'll do to make it a bit easier, this is a drift trick. I think you've always wondered why they put tape on their wheels at drifting, so that the judges can see if they use the handbrake or the foot brake too much and lock a wheel up. With a black wheel it's really hard to see, so when they put the tape on the spoke it's much easier for the judges to see what's going on in terms of the wheels.
Run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn bad. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me, might smoke bed in heaven, got a whole agenda, can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender, got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto, learn how to fix that, I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that, some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no I can't miss that, moving, MVP I got the record, I might have to pro something, big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early, whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah I did all that, work, sweat and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah I can't take no.
Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. What do you reckon? The front wheels turn? Ish. Felt like it's working. Definitely felt like it's working. Oh, we left a bit of rubber there though. Might need to put that back in the tyres. We might need that for chrome. Oh shit, it's not coming off. Landlord's going to kill me. Well, success. The car's nearly ready. Oh. Get on that. Some good stuff. It smells like hopes and dreams crushed at the track with the 4.3 diffs. No, it's good. It's good. It's working. I'm happy. What's interesting there is that the tape is still aligned, the same position front and rear. What that tells me is that the difference between the R32, the first Attessa, and 33 and 34, the later ones, there was too much delay between the front wheels kicking in after the rear wheels had lost traction because there was no line pressure from the pump. So what they did in the 33, 34 is they put in more solenoids to hold the line pressure just enough that it didn't engage the front wheels, but it was there ready and waiting, ready to go. So once the rear wheels slip on the 33, 34, the fronts engage much, much quicker. I think it's about half the time of the 32. So it's interesting that it's still aligned. So I don't know, maybe we'll have to slow that down, do a slow-mo or something. But yeah, how cool. What are we doing over here, Dave?
Just polishing turds.
Polishing turds. Hey, now come on. She's looking good. Got some new hardware.
Yeah, some freshies.
Looks a little bit better. I did pop the bonnet at GTiR Fest, and as I popped it, I went, ugh, fuck, she's pretty.
The neglect is real.
She's pretty dusty. So we'll put a little bit of effort in this time and tidy up a few things. Ben's going to make us a cool new emblem for the centre there, and we'll get rid of that sticker because it's a bit nasty. And just tidy it up a little bit, I think. Fresh. Alright, Dave's pulling the catch can out that I've never pulled out since I got the car running. It's like Tetris, anti-Tetris. Yeah. What is that? The smell?
Sure, it smells of something. I don't know. Skyline juice?
No?
No thanks.
Skyline juice. Alright, so here on the CRX I've employed the expert help of Jesse Buck here. Now what's your business, Jesse? What?
RB Auto Services.
RB Auto Services. So obviously cutting your teeth on the old Skylines and whatnot. Are they running out? Are we running out of RBs?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Not yet? You're keeping them going, keeping them on the road, that's good. But he's in here touching up the CRX at the moment. I'm sorry to get you on a Honda, bro, but it has to be done. And I'm also sorry that you have to deal with my attempt at the wiring and fix up someone else's attempt. So I appreciate you coming in and doing that for me. And get this little nugget going for, what are we getting it for going for? For Speed Science Drag Day in November. So it's pretty much done. We'll just need the wiring done and the catch can, I think. Just going to do a catch can and some wiring on the car to get the lights going for the Warrant of Fitness side of things. And other than that, then she'll just need to be dialed in. So yeah, what the hell's Daly doing? What are you doing over there, Daly? You're digging deep. Oh Jesus! Oh God, what was that? Just the air flow meter. That's all right. They bounce. What'd you find? Any oranges? Stop it! Stop it! There has to be at least 2 up in there. It's faded, I guess. So we're on this skill. We're working out what airflow meter we're going to put in. Whether we do the R35 Obviously we're not doing stock because it's too little. What horsepower do you reckon you'll get, Bucky, with a stock airflow meter? 290 horse. We want 290 kilowatt. So about another quarter again, eh? So that's, what's that, about 220 kilowatt? 290 horse? 210? So that's what you'll get out of a stock one. Oh my god.
Choice.
Oh yeah. What are we dealing with here, Dan?
I don't actually know what you call that.
Where's the
Outside looks good.
it's shaved 2000 styles. So oh jeez, that is, what the fuck, bro? That's fucking, hiya. It's an airflow tumbler. That's what it is.
Not a straightener.
Not a straightener. Tumbles airflow. Okay, so Daly is just about finished fitting up the new 700cc G-Ready injectors, courtesy of Jeff from your favourite Alien Speed Parts. Second handies, but they'll fly. Now we're looking at whether or not the wideband O2 sensor will fit in our factory port, which I don't think it will. We're looking at it, it's looking pretty small, eh bro? A little bit small, so we're going to have to look at another position to weld in a nut, a bigger nut for the wideband to be able to tune it. And if we're pulling the front pipe off, then I dare say we're probably going to be pulling the wastegate pipe out and get some cool noises happening. And as well as that, Daly, what I'm thinking here is with this pipe, maybe cutting the straight back a bit to get it to come over. It just seems to be using a lot of real estate that doesn't need. And we're, yeah, well, if we cut back the top, it just gets a whole bend over that way, which would be good. While we wait for the catch can to come tomorrow, hopefully, and mount that up. And the NIS tune's on its way. Airflow meter is sitting in there, Z32, but we do need a plug. So yeah, unsure what to do with that yet. Keep you posted. All right, what are we up to here, Daly?
Another water pump.
Another water pump. So we did Andrew's one on his Pulsar. Are we even sure this one's leaking? I'm not even convinced.
Oh, it's a weird one. A few of the bolts loose.
Ah, really? This whole car's a bit janky, isn't it? Luckily we're tidying it up piece by piece. It's quite tight down there. It is really tight. And we've got a water pump here. That pushes the water through the engine, through the radiator, keep it all cool. We've got a new fuel filter too, because, well, if you've seen the state of the other one, you'll understand why. She's a bit rusty. Doesn't look the best. I'm sure the inside's not as bad, but let's change it out anyway. Nortz he's well ahead of the game. Altezza, where's the Altezza? Is it blinging? It's blinging down here. The wash bay. Drains to sea. It's all good. We use sea-friendly chemicals around here, don't we? No chemicals. Greenwash. Citrus. Yeah, yes. Dave has done a thing on the things, cleaned up the headlights and the mounts. Whoa, those mounts look spicy. I like that. They were really ugly raw aluminium before. So she's coming up. Nearly ready. Few little tests, maybe change the rev limiter, load her on the trailer, and she'll be good to go. Meanwhile, Bucky's having a good old gnash on the CRX, getting the wiring sorted on that, and that will be getting ready. We'll be going hard on that after Chrome for our next event. But right now, it's the Nissan Fest. We are about to take the Skyline out for a quick road test, get some gas. Bucky's just putting in a sensor for the O2, for the gauge. Check our air fuels. checking our tune because we haven't checked the tune in a long time. Elbows deep daily. And we'll go get some fuel and the trailer. Roy just bought the trailer so we can get that hooked up to the Ranger. And we're nearly ready, Dave. Imagine how much beer we'll be able to drink on Friday when we've got nothing to do. Because we're just ready. So this week has been pretty cruisy.
Yes, not complaining.
Not complaining. So this does seem to be a bit of a common theme for me. If I focus on the car, if I start putting energy in towards the car, I end up with two of them. It's a real common theme. It's a weird scenario. But anyways, Bucky's got the O2 all wired up in there, and we're going to go for a drive, get some gas, fill up some containers for this and the Pulsar, and check our O2s, our fuel mixtures, our knock, and yeah, take it from there. Alright, let's get these bad boys back in the front. Hopefully we don't blow up. Go again.
Yep, let's go. So I did it again. Trying to cut it again.
That was breaking down, just too much boost.
Yeah. Even sounded like spark was
Spark was
failing
breaking down,
there.
yeah.
Stop coils, eh? Must be, it's got 2
yeah.
milliseconds
Yep,
on
yep,
the coil, so
yep.
it's got to be stopped.
Yeah.
You got one, so you can wait up. Yeah, did it again. And all 26s with the ITBs work the same. It's breaking up there.
That's only one bar.
It's got the right amount of fuel in it. Yeah. We should change the plugs in this
Yeah.
thing, man, and cap them.
Yeah.
100%. That's
I
getting
haven't,
worse too.
I haven't had any trouble with plugs, you know, like even at that spike in at 25 pounds, it never broke up like that.
Shit.
Fuel.
Something, yeah. Yeah. It's going to a lean condition, which means like when it's breaking up, which
Yep.
tells me it's definitely spark.
Yep.
It'll actually tell you, even though it's not burning the fuel, it gives you a lean condition on a misfire.
Yep.
So that's because it hasn't ignited
It's
it
ignited
to
the
read
fuel.
this,
The fuel's going through
yeah,
unburned.
Unburned,
Yeah.
yeah. And it actually reads a lean condition. So if you ever see something like that, you know it's a spark issue.
Yeah. So it's probably not. We can't probably do too much more until we do that.
Yeah, it's just going to keep breaking up, I
Get some
imagine.
plugs.
But if we get some plugs, gap them up.
Needs one of those bleaching sessions, isn't it? Right in the crease. Tidy it up a bit for the footage, for the website. Spicy link in the bio. Big gap too, eh?
Yeah, you can't gap those plugs.
True. I probably would have tried. So new plugs in the Skyline. She needed them. The ones that came out were iridiums or platinums? Platinums. And not ideal. Why are they not so good?
They are less conductive.
Less conductive. So they last longer, which is the whole point of them, I think. But for where we're going, 10 seconds at a time, we just need the ones that are going to do the job, tell us the story, produce the spark, make the power, claim the glory, or something like that. Talking shit now, eh? I'll try and third, eh?
Yeah, because it'll make more power, more boost than 30 as well.
Fucking eyes will be like, whoa, getting wider and wider.
Yeah, that's back up to 20 again. And third, was it third, was it?
Yeah, third.
Yeah, they got to 20.
Check out that too, eh?
It's doing 11.8 on boost.
How much?
11.8.
Oh yeah.
So, that's been enough for the sort of boost we're doing.
Yeah. Where would you want it? Like 12.2?
That's too lean.
Too lean, is it?
Yeah, 11.8's on the lean side of
Oh yeah.
nice for this sort of
Yeah.
boost.
Yeah.
So, if it was me, I'd probably tune this to like 11.6.
Yep. 11.6. Is that because maybe we're running a bit much boost, or?
Yeah, yep, it's running past where he's probably tuned to.
Yeah, that's my concern. Eh?
Yeah, but if we bring it back and we're seeing 11.8 still, we know we're in the sweet spot. I'll just stop that log and see.
All right. So, kind of presumed that the diff was going to be okay. Foolish, really, wasn't it? There was a bit of rust on the crown wheel that we did clean up, but on D-cell, it's obviously riding on that face of the teeth on the crown wheel, and it's very, very noisy and whiny. So I've gone ahead and ripped it out this evening. Right now we're Wednesday night. We're heading off Friday afternoon for Chrome. Should be plenty of time, but we do also have to get the Pulsar running and tuned. So Bucky and I went out in the Skyline today and he checked over a bunch of stuff. We lowered all the boost. The boost was spiking up at about 25 pounds. It wasn't really tuned to that boost level, which was a little bit dangerous because it just doesn't have the fueling and the ignition naps there to deal with that. So we pulled the boost back down. I'm not sure why it crept up like that, but anyways, it's good now. We're running at about 18 pounds low boost and about 21 pounds high boost, and that's cool. So the 4.3 diffs, they seemed to go quite well. It was quite peppy and had a bit of get up and go, boy, yeah. So now we just have to swap this out with the good 4.3 diff. Oh, it feels terrible. Why did we even? Anyways, these are the things that we do, right? So we'll swap this back out tomorrow, get this changed over and back in the car. Friday now. Daly's still grinding hard. The car still hasn't touched the ground. We've got it started. Had to change the cam angle and the distributor, but it is going. Daly's just fitting the catch can at the moment. So we went up and saw Adam at 24/7. He's one of our partners here, and he's supplied us with some really sweet fittings and hose, push lock, to be able to fit up this generic catch can. And if you have a look here, Daly's just clearancing this hole here in the engine mount bracket so that the drain can fit through there. That's nice. Oh, that's real good. Oh, did that go shunk? I think I heard it go shunk. Run a couple of lines, bung the other PCV end, job done. Meanwhile, we've got Dave here trying to get the tow wagon up to speed. We just had to get some power to the trailer plug to get the trailer lights working. Checking the fluids at the moment. So fingers crossed, we haven't really run this vehicle yet, so hopefully it's all good for him. He's going to tow the Pulsar down with this, and I'm going to tow the Skyline down with the Wild Track. So we're nearly ready to go. Pray for us. It's getting close. Still got to tune this Pulsar yet, so still a bit to do. All right, so what have you got there? What have you found? Got a little adapter. We found an adapter in the. Okay, cool.
We have enough room for an air filter.
A what?
Air filter.
I don't know about that.
It's a bit tight.
The one in there was pretty small. If I can, maybe we can find it and see if we can jam it back in there. But it will have a different adapter.
Yeah, almost need the mushrooms.
Yeah, it's interesting. So this is all kind of temporary, isn't it? Until we decide what we're going to do with the GTiR one. We were going to put it in the charge pipe, but we've been advised to put it in the hot side of the charge pipe, which we can't really fit it because it's super tight down there, and there's no real straight run before the intercooler. So we thought, okay, well, if we just put it back in the filter side, but then we'll have to make an adapter for the R35 airflow meter to go into anyway. So then Bucky's like, well, why don't you do you have a Z32 one? We'll just wang that in. It's like, well, yeah, we've got a couple of those. So that's kind of where we're at to. Stage 3 clinger. Scratching the head, Daly. It's lost your beer. Nothing to do with the car.
I found it. That's all right.
The car's mint. It's scratching his head where his bin was. We're safe, guys. Okay, Nord's putting the finishing touches on the Skyline. Oh, look at that emblem. She's beautiful, brother. Thank you. Appreciate all your efforts. Collab stickers. We got the lot. Tuning. We don't just do that.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah,
We don't just do that.
we do that and
And other stuff. Secondary. So what time is it, Dave? Beer o'clock.
Beer 30.
On a Friday, like 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. We're leaving at 5 p.m. So Pulsar is on the ground, finally. Daly's hiding. He's frantically trying to get the catch can bracketed and plumbed. Very close. Bucky is making some final adjustments before the first road tune. He's had to do a whole bunch of wiring to get this thing working properly. So it turns out it was running on the crank startup. So when you crank the engine, the ECU sees the crank signal and gives it a certain amount of fuel enrichment to get the car started. So the whole time the car's been running, it's been running on that crank signal, because of the way the previous owner wired up the ignition. So that's really interesting. So now it's going to run a whole lot better just with that fixed up. Never mind the bigger injectors and a bit more boost. So we're nearly ready for a road tune here. To get some gas. It's pretty frantic, but it's a good vibe. The boys are pulling through, getting the job done. Love it when a good plan comes together, eh, Dave? The last bit. So yeah, prepped. Trying to get that hose on, bro. Adam said you have to chew it. Why are you not chewing it, David? Oh, it's nearly on, but you didn't chew it. Now you can't get it off. Not very much. That was a pre-chew. It goes over top of the hose. Yeah. But you've got to get it on enough to get there. Is this some sort of new dance? We can make this into one of those meme dances. Power stance.
Throw that ass
That
back.
ain't the baby, that's my baby.
My friends in the throw that ass back.
That ain't the baby, that's my baby.
We'll find it. Funny. It's looking so good, Norts. Pretty stoked on it. Oh, that emblem is just the bomb with the white, eh? Shit, that is good. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit excited about that. That and the frickin' fuse cover that we stole off the parts car. That's good to have, man. That tidies it up heaps. Whoo-wee! Road to Chrome's been a bit bumpy, but we're making it. We're making it happen. Baby Godzilla! Hey! Right, really nitty, really nitty for a road tune. Really nitty, boys. Dave's fucking excited. Look at him. He's like, at least it's camo. Apart from that, it's frickin' a Nissan. What are you doing to me? So big thanks to Daly for frickin' knocking it out and getting it done. Big thanks to Bucky, because there was heaps of wiring that was no good. And this car would not be ready without all these guys. And big thanks to Norts, getting them looking good. And Dave, well, Dave's just going to drive. He's going to do the thing. You'll love it, Dave. He might convert you. We can fix that. 13B turbo, we've got one lying around. A bit of a waste in this shell though, wouldn't it? To be fair. Alright, see, get into it. Unplug you.
It's already warmed out, so you can floor it out here. Let the helix breathe.
Civic with a laptop. Let's get it. Yeah, it's the thing. Don't never race a Civic with a laptop. See if we can get out of here. Starts good, jeez.
Think about the darkness in my mind. Afraid of the times that I cried over you. All these tears that I cried over you. Afraid.
Good luck, brother. You'll be fine. Yeah, come pick us up. Hey, bring the trailer. Nah, you'll be fine. Let's not jinx it.
Say hold on for a little while.
So good, Norts. So good. Alright, boys are back from a successful road tune. They took Ruatonga Road out to Mexico, do some pulls. Just checked a few things back in the shop and everything's honky-dory, baby. Fit to go.
Time keeps moving, time to make some moves, yeah. Time keeps moving, time to make some moves.
Get us strapped on. Go jalopy racing. Well, we made it this far. The cars are loaded on the trailer. Big thanks, massive thanks to all the crew who worked their asses off to get the cars ready. I can't express how grateful I am to all the boys for getting the work done. There's a ton of hurdles we had to overcome, as you do with any build, any event prep. It's always like that, so really appreciative of that. And we're on the trailers. We're leaving in about 2 hours. We'll see you there at Chrome. If not, don't worry. Check back here on our YouTube and we'll bring you a full video of the day's events.